After the introduction of five kingdom classification by R.H. Whittaker, Carl Woese has introduced in 1970s three domain system of classification. In exam point of view, in exam they will ask as MCQ question as three domain system of classification has been proposed by Carl Woese. Carl Woese has proposed three domain system of classification of organisms, not microorganisms. All the organisms has been classified into three different domains. It is proposed by Carl Woese in 1970s. And just see what are the three different domains in three domain system of classification. The first one is bacteria, and this bacteria is also known as true bacteria or eubacteria. Eubacteria, we can call that bacteria eubacteria or true bacteria or bacteria. And the second one, archaebacteria or archaea. We have discussed already about this ancient bacteria. And the third one is eukaryota. Eukaryota means all the multicellular animals are coming under these eukaryotes. That is eukaryota. The first one is bacteria. We can call that as true bacteria or eubacteria. Eubacteria and bacteria. And the second domain is known as archaebacteria. And the cell wall of bacteria and archaebacteria are entirely different. In the case of archaebacteria or ancient bacteria or archaea, the cell wall contains a unique membrane lipid components. A unique membrane lipid components are present in archaebacterial cell wall. But in the case of bacteria, true bacteria or eubacteria, all are same, and this bacterial cell wall contains peptidoglycan cell wall. And in the case of bacteria, it is peptidoglycan, and in the case of archaebacteria, a different peptidoglycan cell wall is absent. But in the case of archaebacteria, a unique membrane lipids are present. And the third one is eukaryota. So all multicellular organisms coming under eukaryota. And in this Carl Woese system of classification, he has included thoroughly studied 16 as ribosomal RNA. 16 as ribosomal RNA. According to these studies, he has classified these three domains using 16 as ribosomal RNA. And in this particularly, we have to notice in this as one phylum is there in this three domain classification. Which phylum? That phylum is known as planktomycetes. And what is the peculiarity of that phylum? Usually prokaryotes and eukaryotes are there. Prokaryotes are primordial or primitive forms. The bacteria are coming under prokaryotes or single-celled one. In the case of bacteria or prokaryotes, they don't have a prominent nuclei. And also membrane-bound organelles are absent in the case of prokaryotes. Here, these bacteria are prokaryotes. In this classification of bacteria of Carl Woese, we can see a planktomycetes, a phylum is known as planktomycetes. Actually, these are prokaryotes. But the peculiarity, what is the peculiarity of planktomycetes? See, membrane-bound organelles are present in the case of planktomycetes. I have already told that prokaryote doesn't have, or prokaryotes don't have membrane-bound organelles in itself. But it's a prokaryote, planktomycetes are prokaryotes, but membrane-bound organelles are present in planktomycetes. And the third one I told you, eukaryota. For bacteria, archaebacteria and eukaryota. That's all about the three domain system of classification, and which has been proposed in 1970s by Carl Woese.